Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Now, I'm told that what we're about to hear is that this is just someone we don't know at a tattoo shop who was recorded while he got tattooed. And the reason this person got recorded was because, he couldn't stop screaming while he was getting a tattoo. Again, it's someone we were told we don't know, but I believe this might be, from last week, 2 weeks ago, Steve getting his tattoo.
I have never made a sound while getting a tattoo. Says the guy who's never got a tattoo, trying to talk tough. I have never gotten, you can ask me, any tattoo artist, I never make a sound. If anything, I'm the opposite. When it hurts a lot, I get super quiet.
All right, I believe you. I mean,
you sound like it. Tough guy.
I completely believe you. I'm just saying, it just seems really coincidental that we have this audio and supposedly it's not you getting this tattoo. All right. That's right.
Okay. And my wife's name's not Monica.
Oh, it's not Monica? All right.
And she doesn't have this brunette hair.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the video.
Yeah.
She looks like she is so annoyed by this guy.
Yeah, you got to check this out on the BJ Mix page of KISW.com. Yeah, she's just like, okay, I'm done with this. Because that would be me. I'm sure that would be me in the chair if, in fact, I were to get a tattoo, which is one of the reasons why I don't want to get a tattoo.
I don't even think you would go down that road, man. And at first I thought this is a complete, when I heard the audio, I thought this guy's just hamming it up.
Yeah, right?
But you watch the video and he, unless he's a great actor, and he could be, I don't know, but it sure as hell looks like he's in a lot of pain. And it's on his arm. And his arm is not necessarily, there's some crappy parts of your arm, but nothing to make you want to scream like that.
Yeah, and have you said before, that's tough on a tattoo artist, too.
That sucks for the tattoo artist. If I was a tattoo artist, I'd be like, you know what, I'm done.
Yep. Yeah.
Just go.
Could you imagine walking into that place saying, I'm going to get a tattoo, maybe it's your first time, and then you hear this dude just screaming, and you're like, you know what? No, I don't need to go into this horror show. I'm good.
They even pan over to some dude that's at the desk, looks like he's trying to make an appointment, and he's just looking like, what's wrong with this guy?
Yeah, so if you've just joined us, breaking news. Apparently Steve's wife's name is Monica.
Yes.
And this is audio of Steve getting a tattoo, if you haven't heard it.
Monica!
Wow, Steve. Your poor wife, Monica.
Sorry, Monica.
Yeah. It's actually Bill Clinton.
See some good early 90s humor right there.
I did not get a tattoo with that woman.
I don't think I've ever screamed like that in my life for any reason.
Well, wait a minute. Don't we have, I don't know if your box will work, Steve, but don't we? I think we have some screaming from Rev.
My box will work. This is good timing for the Rev to talk like this.
Oh, yeah, it's never happened. I remember ever screaming like that. Oh, crap.
Hardcore! Monica! You sound just like him.
Oh, yeah.
You sound exactly like him.
Job.
Whoops.
Hardcore!
Sir, I haven't even started tattooing you yet.
Monica!
Yeah.
All right, good point.
Somebody needs to auto-tune that and turn it into a song.
I think that's a great idea.
To the tune of Panama.
Yeah.
Monica!
I love that plan.
The only time I ever heard somebody make that much noise, and it was pretty awesome, was when someone went to the back room of an old tattoo shop I went, and they had the piercers in another room, and some girl went to the back room to get something pierced that the rest of us weren't, of course, not able to watch, but we sure as hell could hear. And
oh, wow.
She wasn't screaming in pain, let's just say.
Oh, really?
This was a a moment.
Whoa.
And it was almost like, you remember that scene in Animal House when they walk into that one bar and they're just like, these guys do not fit in, kind of a moment where the record scratches and everything gets quiet.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. All of a sudden she starts making that noise. Everybody's tattoo gun stops. Everybody stops talking. And we're all just looking at each other like, this is the greatest moment ever.
Wow. Isn't that something? You can get a piercing and it can have that effect.
And she had a friend that was waiting for her, and I can't remember the friend's name, but let's just say it's Monica.
Okay, Monica.
And she screams, goes, Monica, this is awesome.
Wow.
I never knew that. I don't know if Vicky has that pierced, but I never heard of that before, where that can do that for somebody.
Well, I mean, we know that people that pain pleasure threshold somehow gets connected. I mean, Vicky's at least knows the world where people dig pain and it brings them pleasure.
I mean, yes, but I would never. No, that scares me so much.
Yeah.
Plus, I hear that the more it's there, the less you end up feeling.
That's really so. It's like that could have been the last good moment she had.
That could have been the the ultimate.
Man,
the ultimate.
Wow.
I was witness to that. We had actually 2 that we did live on our show way back in the day.
Piercings?
Yeah, those kind of piercings.
That area?
That area.
Whoa.
Both ladies?
Yeah, both ladies. Yeah, we had a wild show back then. Vicky, you probably I don't know what would have done. That was back in the Buzz days. About 20 years ago we did that.
Fortunately, we have audio of that episode, and it sounded like this.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. We were piercing Rev's rhymes with paint. That's what that episode was. Yeah.
He still has the piercing. Yeah. He'll show it to you if you ask.
I will. Is the video on like Friendster or MySpace or something?
It's on Pornhub.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I got to tell you something, Danny. We didn't do video back then. It's a good thing because I probably wouldn't have this job. There's a lot of things that we did that
incriminating stuff.
Yeah,
I still wish you had video of the candy cane episode.
Oh my God, that was.
Danny ever heard that episode?
He didn't know about the.
Oh, this is the ultimate. I wasn't around for this, but this was the ultimate Christmas spectacular, if you ask me.
Yeah.
And what was it for?
Xbox. We were giving away an Xbox.
Yeah.
Back when Xbox first came out, and Xbox marks your spot, actually. Here's the most surprising thing about this is that this woman was a beauty pageant contestant. Like, she was a professional beauty pageant contestant. Mm-hmm. She comes in very gorgeous, very, like, she looks like the girl next door, really wholesome, and we're like, everyone's doing their own thing to try to win this Xbox, and so we get to her and say, all right, what are you going to do to try to win the Xbox?
Well, I'll show you.
And she says, well, I brought this candy cane, and I'm a magician. I'm going to make this candy cane disappear.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
And reappear.
Like the standard size candy cane? Or
No.
There's like a candy cane on steroids.
Yeah.
Oh.
This was a Billy Club candy cane, basically.
Gotcha.
And
like old people use it as a cane, actually.
Yeah.
Candy cane.
And so here we are. We're live on the air, and next thing you know, she is an incredible magician. and she decided that, you know what, this feat needed to be done with the least amount of clothing possible. So that was the other treat, is like, here's this beauty pageant contestant. All of a sudden I'm like, wow, you know what, you are ready for the swimsuit competition, miss. And next thing I know, the candy cane is gone, and about a couple seconds later, there it is again. It's back.
Some call it a Christmas miracle.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
And fortunately for you, Danny, we do have audio of what it sounded like.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there it goes. And here it comes again.
Great.
Yeah.
And that's how Rev has a job.
Yeah, Rev wasn't here for that.
No, it was before my time.
It was before Rev's time.
No, but I do remember the old days of hearing it before being a part of this wonderful show.
Yeah, that's why. We were quite the talk of the town back in those days for some of the things we did. Oh, she won.
Oh, gosh, that would be great if she didn't.
I know. I'm just saying, you never know.
Great. She's like, she didn't crack the top 3.
No, sorry.
She left with a bumper sticker.
How do you not give it to her? Even like the other people competing were like,
I would just turn around and go home.
Yeah.
After that,
because they got this. The other competitors got to see her trick, and so they were like, "Yeah, you know what? Give it to her. I don't need. I got. You know what? I got to see that Christmas miracle. I am so happy. Yeah. Those are the days.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. That was even before Steve's time, actually. Yeah.
That's the one thing I wish I would have been around for.
Oh, Steve.
Yeah.
That would have been. Yeah.
Like, that would have been worth whatever trouble the bosses would get us into.
And you would have been there if we were in the same building, but we were in a different building at the time.
Yeah, I probably would have swung by, like, trying to get a cup of coffee and been like, hey, guys.
What's up? If we worked in the same building as you, Steve, we would have had you on as a guest commentator many, many times. Because we loved you guys, you, Andy, and the gang, but unfortunately, you guys were in different buildings than us.
Yeah,
so
we were.
we couldn't really do much about it.
It's very unfortunate.
But it would have been, but you know what?
We were probably busy having the puppetry of the penis guys on while you were doing this.
Sorry
cool
about
stuff.
that. Yeah. I mean, one member of your show might have liked it, but the rest of you guys would have rather seen the Christmas Miracle.
Yes.
Yeah.
1,000% yes.
Yeah. Sorry about that, buddy. All right, here's a question for you. Why would a CEO of a company call a customer Fatty McFat? There you go. I was nowhere near the scene, so I don't know why that would have happened. But Steve is going to tell you why. He's got the Migs report for you at 6:17.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
If you're hearing an informative newscast right now, well, then you must not be listening to BJ and Migs. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Migs Report.
Well, thanks, guys. Thanks to Kia Up You All for giving us the Migs Report, and it's a big day.
Oh, yeah.
It's not this kind of day, but it is National Sticky Bun Day.
Oh.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself some sticky buns.
That's right. Get a little glaze on that bad boy.
What, Cinnabon? They got the sticky buns?
Yeah, sure.
Right?
Also, my buddy's got a place up in Capitol Hill called Cinnaholic. Brand new place he opened up.
Really?
That's awesome.
Cinnaholic.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
On Sticky Bun Day.
Let's do it. Yeah. I think that would be a great idea. Ooh, it's tasty.
Well, maybe... This is the weirdest story, man. I mean, you would think that a CEO of a company would know not to make fun of or insult somebody that buys stuff from their company.
Yeah.
But the president of a company called Pooch Patch.
Okay.
Now, you might not be familiar with this. I'm familiar. I've seen these in, like, pet stores. But it's like those tiny patches of grass that's meant for dogs to do their business on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so where you could, like, have it in, like, your apartment or whatever it may be. Yeah, so this guy, he sells those. A woman by the name of Vanessa tried to buy one, wasn't happy with it. So I guess she wrote a negative review about the product on Google and then also asked for a refund. Well, the guy got back to her, the CEO of the company, and started making fun of her weight. Just starts talking about her being a chubby.
What?
At one point, even comments on the review saying, "Look at little chubs in that profile photo."
Oy, oy, oy.
Even signs it Adam and Shanks, which is his dog, the Border Terrier, because apparently the Border Terrier also is making fun of her weight as well.
Yeah, sometimes Border Terriers can be fat shamers. They can.
But he also calls her Fatty McFat.
Wow.
Here's Vanessa, the lady that he called Fatty McFat, talking about what happened.
Wow.
Last week on Thursday, the 14th, I ordered a product. And then on Saturday, I realized that I did not need the product anymore. I really just wish that he would accept a simple bad review. He emailed me to tell me that he looked at photos of me online and he thinks that I'm chubby. So you don't talk to people or comment on their body or body shame them, saying that I needed to go to Jenny Craig, and he referred to me as Fatty McFat. And I did post it on my social media, and because of that, people in my following ended up leaving more bad reviews. It's completely inappropriate, even for a person to say that to me, let alone a CEO of a business.
So then I guess the news agency contacts Pooch Patch for a response, and the guy's response was, ha 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 ha, I'm dying, this is pure gold. Pure gold.
Wow, this guy seems like a real genius.
And apparently then he tried to backtrack and said, that wasn't me, man. You guys contacted the call center in India that we use.
Oh, really? Oh, it's that call center in India.
He is truly the best at customer service.
Yeah, you know what? I've had a lot of interaction with international call centers. Never once did any one of them call me Fatty McFat.
Oh, they've called me that before. But
they have?
But I've asked them and said, hey, can you please refer to me as Mr. Fatty McFat?
Right then. And the guy says, well, I'd be glad to, Mr. McFat.
Wait, you didn't ask him to call you Dr. McFat?
Thank you, Vicky. I stand corrected. I did say that.
Yeah, you like to be called doctor.
That's where they draw the line. They go, well, you're not a doctor, sir. We know that.
I used to do that when I would book hotel rooms. They would always say, what's your suffix? And you
and you would put doctor?
I would always put doctor, hoping maybe they'd give me a hookup. Did they? No.
Oh, damn. I was like thinking maybe you made a new life hack there.
But nothing's better than they have to look at the screen and they look at me like, welcome to our hotel. Dr. Miggs.
Oh, my gosh. Oh,
I look like this in a black T-shirt. Yeah. Typically wearing like sweatpants. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Let me know if you need anything.
I'm going to put "sir" in mine. I didn't realize you could put anything you want in there.
Well, I don't know if you can put anything. It's just whatever like the little drop-down tab.
Oh, it's a drop-down tab. They got to put "sir" as an option.
It might.
Because you know what? Me and Paul McCartney, we've been knighted.
Some woman in Nebraska is in a little bit of trouble because, well, you're not supposed to like vandalize, of course. But what this person did to vandalize, I think it's hilarious, but whatever. Obviously, people are all up in arms because it's a political thing, but there's a congressman by the name of Jeff Fortenberry.
Hey, Jeff.
And he represents Nebraska's 1st District. Well, this woman decides to vandalize a sign. She replaced his eyes with those googly eyes.
Oh, yeah.
But that wasn't the best part. She took some white tape and changed his last name from Fortenberry to Fartenberry.
Yeah! Perfect. Now we're talking.
So the crazy part is how they were able to find her. They pulled her fingerprints off the googly eyes and were able to track her down that way.
Oh, she didn't wear gloves?
I know. If you're going to be a vandal, you always have to wear gloves.
And how does she have her fingers registered? Either she's a criminal or she's TSA girl.
Well, she's been cited in the past for vandalizing a different person's office door.
There we go.
A different senator. She put a bunch of stickers on their door. She's facing up to 6 months in jail or a $500 fine.
Yeah, is it true she also got fined for not calling him Dr. Fartenberry?
Dr. Fartenberry.
Yeah, that should have been.
So sometimes you get bored at work. I mean, I know a lot of people have that happen. Now, a pilot was just asked to test a new engine by flying around for 2 hours. And so he was bored doing it. And this is in Australia. So he decides to spell some stuff out while up there in the air.
Oh, really?
How about I have a local TV station from Australia explaining what happened?
The flight tracking image showing the pilot conducting a series of manoeuvres across South Australia's mid-north to first draw 2 phallic images and then to spell out the words, "I'm bored."
That's awesome.
Yes, he did.
I think that's
bored.
Fantastic.
And also had a dong and some berries and all that good stuff.
That's what I'm talking about.
What I also love is the news agency decides, let's talk to a competing pilot, like a different company that maybe they'll start talking trash or something along those lines. So they talk to a pilot from a competing company. And the best part is he hears the story. He's like, yeah, it's no big deal.
He's just got to go out there and run the plane for 2 hours. So, I mean, if we didn't have the technology to see these things on the map, nobody would have noticed. So, yeah, I don't see any real harm in it, to be honest.
I think that's a fun inside joke for people that actually are watching the radar or whatever and go, hey, look, he's drawing a dongleberry.
Oh, man, this is exciting news for us wrestling fans. Did you hear what's going on with Chris Hemsworth?
I have no idea.
Chris Hemsworth is going to be Hulk Hogan in a film that's being made for Netflix.
What?
Yeah. For real, man. Todd Phillips is putting it together. The guy that made War Dogs and Joker.
Wow.
It's going to be kind of a biofilm about the Hulkster, although it's going to be about his early years before he had the sex tape issues and came out to be an awful racist. So they're going to ignore that part.
The good years.
The good years. Him coming up in the wrestling world, becoming the Hulkster that he became.
Wow.
So no Chris Hemsworth talking about this.
Wow. Never mind.
All right. The box is officially fried.
Yeah.
Let's try that again.
I do not have a 10-inch penis. No, I do not.
Yeah, he's not going to talk about that.
Terry Belay, what's his name?
Terry Belay's penis is not 10 inches.
But Hulkster's is, brother.
Hulkster's is because he takes his vitamins.
So, yeah, Chris Hemsworth is going to focus on the rise of Hulkamania and the Hulkster. So that should be pretty interesting if you're a wrestling fan.
So is he going to have to really super bulk up? I mean, I know he can be bulked up as Thor, but I don't think the Hulk was ever in that good shape.
Oh, man. I mean, Hulk was kind of
He's a thick guy.
A beefy, muscular man.
Yeah, he was. He wasn't like Hemsworth beefy, but
I'm sure they'll figure it out. It's also younger Hulk, so he was a little more. He wasn't as.
Oh, good point.
Jacked.
Yeah,
but he was still a big dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think Chris Hemsworth, and he's even earlier. Like type on Hulk Hogan AWA.
Yeah,
that's kind of like the era that he's going to be portraying.
Nice.
Yeah, that should be pretty interesting, man. That I'll watch it.
I wonder, it's interesting what they're going to show because those guys, they like to party, and sometimes they had to party in order to keep it going.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
As far as weather, 46 degrees and sun, and thank you, Car Toys, for giving us the Mix Report.
Well, Chris Hemsworth is a guy, so that's nice. You're going to have a guy we all know play that iconic role.
That's I know Hulk Hogan is, I guess, a consultant on this, which kind of troubles me and worries me.
Yeah, if he's a consultant, then you're going to get a little whitewash, aren't you?
Yeah. I don't know if that's the right term to use when we're talking about racist territory.
Yeah. Well, I hadn't thought about that.
Or
maybe that's completely applicable.
It's a tough one because, I mean, obviously I grew up being a Hulkamaniac. You said your prayers, you ate your vitamins.
Yeah,
brother.
you did.
But Terry Bollea, as you like to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that guy.
Is it because he doesn't have a 10-inch penis? Is that why?
It truly is. Not because of the awful things that he said when he thought he wasn't being recorded.
Yeah, well, yeah, come on. I mean, him and Dog the Bounty Hunter, those guys are, come on.
But, I mean, obviously, the character Hulk Hogan is this larger-than-life character that a lot of us grew up idolizing. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with this film. I kind of wish, though, Hulk Hogan had nothing to do with the movie, so that way it could be a little...
Ooh.
I don't know.
Yeah, then you might get a true story, because I can't imagine Hulk is going to let you see too many flaws unless they help you empathize with him. But there are certain flaws that will help you empathize with somebody, and then other flaws where you go, no, you're kind of a piece of crap there. I don't think I want to.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this is an opportunity for him to, hey, I'm going to show you all my warts, and I've become a better person because I've realized that I was being a jerk or this or that. Maybe this could be something where he's like, this is an opportunity for me to show that, I can change as a human being.
I hope so.
I don't know.
I mean, that part of the country where he's from and where he hung out, they just think differently in that part of the country, thinking that it's okay to say bad things about particular people and then
what part of the country do you think the Hulkster's from?
Isn't he a Southern boy?
No, I believe he's Minnesota.
Is he really?
I mean, I know he spent a lot of time, obviously, in Florida, because all wrestlers spend a lot of time in Florida.
All right, that could be why I'm thinking that. I thought he was a Southern boy.
Where's Terry from?
Augusta.
Oh, Georgia.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a Southern boy.
I thought he was a Minnesota guy because he spent so much time in the AWA, which was a Minnesota promotion.
Yeah.
That's funny. All this time, I don't know where Hulk Hogan is from.
Yeah, well,
he's just from America.
That's why I wasn't surprised. Look, not everybody does this, but a lot of folks in that part of the country can be awful human beings to other human beings based on orientation or based on race, and then they hide behind the Bible saying, "Oh no, we're good people." And it's like, really? I mean, I don't think the Bible says you get to be as nasty as you're being right now to other people. And the Hulk kind of reminded me of that, especially in the later times we talked to him. He seemed to get a little hallelujah in him. I'm like, really? You're gonna pretend like you really practice that religion when in reality you were doing stuff that no religion says you should do.
Terry Bollea's penis is not 10 inches.
So I hope he's okay. I'd like to think that, everybody's redeemable. I'd like to think
100%.
It's possible that he could go, and accountability is really the big key. If somebody goes, I was a jackass and I'm sorry, and that's it.
And I heard that he went and talked to a lot of the wrestlers and, because it's been a big source of controversy for the WWE, whether or not to incorporate him back into their world, because after all the racist stuff came out, they just distanced themselves from Hulk Hogan. They're like, we don't want to deal with this, but they've been slowly trying to bring him back in because he is an icon. And apparently he did talk to a bunch of the wrestlers on the current roster behind the scenes, and a lot of the guys were not too pleased with how he was handling the situation. He was more about blaming, I was recorded without my knowledge. It was more about that than I said crappy stuff while I was being recorded without my knowledge.
He's an old dog. He doesn't understand that full transparency is what you need these days. You can't blame. Younger people want you just to go, I'm sorry, I did it, I'm sorry. They don't want you to sit there and make excuses.
Right.
And I don't think he understands that, because his generation is about, hey, it wasn't my fault, sweep it under the rug, let's just move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody wanted to know, if you were cast in the Hulk Hogan movie, who would you play?
Oh, see, you?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. King Kong Bundy.
That was my first thought, Rev.
Sorry, you're tall and bald.
And that gives me a great opportunity to fatten up.
Yeah. Okay. Get to those pizzas, man.
I could get on that fatty McFat diet.
Good job, buddy. Yeah, you can do it.
King Kong Bundy would be awesome to be.
He was the first person I saw live take on Hogan at the Tacoma Dome. I was like 4 or 5 or something ridiculous like that. And when Hogan body slammed King Kong Bundy, I cried.
Wow.
It was so cool.
All right, so who would BJ be in this movie?
You guys will have to pick somebody for me, because I don't know if I know.
Mouth of the South, come on.
Jimmy Hart.
Yeah, you be Jimmy Hart.
I know Jimmy Hart. I'd love to be Jimmy Hart.
Give him a megaphone and some sunglasses.
Yeah, that's me.
He came in studio one time. Not even to be on the air, just he came with Hulk Hogan, remember?
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
I think I was geeking out more about Jimmy Hart being in studio than
I know I was.
Yeah, you're right, because I forgot he was there, Steve, because he was so not what I remembered, because he was just chilling, letting Hulk take the center stage.
It just showed that he was also handling Hulk's business behind the scenes as well as on camera.
Yeah. I forgot Jimmy. Yeah,
BJ would be a good Jimmy Hart.
He would be. I know who I would be.
Yeah. Who would you?
George the Animal Steel.
I was thinking Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
Ooh, thank you.
Yeah, with the goatee.
Nice. Okay, I like that a lot more.
Now, who would Danny be?
He could be my Bret the Hitman Hart.
Okay.
He reminds me more of Stardust.
Stardust. He wasn't around.
He wasn't in the 80s.
I know he wasn't, but that's what Danny reminds me of. You know, with the makeup and everything, and just kind of quirky looking.
Well, Stardust had full face makeup.
I know, but that's why I think Danny would be a good Stardust. And also, you know what? What's his name? I forget his name.
Cody Rhodes?
Yeah, Cody doesn't want to be Stardust anymore, so we need a new Stardust.
No, Cody's gone on to do other things that are way more awesome than being Stardust.
Yeah, I think Danny would be a good Stardust.
And now Vicky.
Oh, Vicky?
We got Miss Elizabeth. There's not a lot of females back in the early.
Yeah. What about?
We're not making her the fabulous moolah.
No. What about little people wrestlers?
Oh yeah, she could be little Mr. T.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that. It's gonna have to shave your head. If
Let's
that's
do that.
I mean, I've done it before.
Yeah. She could cross dress and be Rey Mysterio.
Oh my God, yes.
Rey Mysterio wasn't around back in the day.
I know. Those are the only wrestlers I know.
I respect that you're trying.
Was it his uncle back in the day, or was that something else?
I don't know.
Did
I
he
mean,
get
there
the
are a
name
lot of
from his
luchadors out there.
Yeah.
She could be the unknown luchador.
Woo!
The unknown luchador. The conquistador.
There we go.
Oh, she could actually. Her and Danny could be the Killer Bees.
Oh, B. Brian Blair and Jumping Jim Brunzell.
Okay.
Yeah. Just dress them up with the bee masks, and you're like, you don't know who's who.
Yeah, we got it. All right, Steve, we've done it.
All right.
Danny's like, as long as I can wear my eyeliner, I'm happy.
That's all I want.
Undertaker, duh.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah, right.
You're right. Of course, he could be the Undertaker.
I mean, that's the only wrestler that, or Adrian Adonis, but that's a little too obscure, I think. And you have to get fat.
I have no idea.
You have to get on the Fatty McFat diet with me.
Oh,
You
fair
can do
enough.
it. You can do it, Mr. McFat.
I like Undertaker. That's what I'm going with.
Okay.
Because of the eyeliner.
He wears all black, too, and
Yep.
Danny's ready for that. Yeah.
Mr. Beach.
Yeah.
Pretty good there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good job, buddy. All right, yesterday, Dr. McFat here got this one
you.
wrong.
What is a meteor called when it reaches the Earth's surface?
Volcano?
No.
That's it.
Lava?
No.
Asteroid.
No.
Sometimes the answer is more simple than you'd even think. Meteorite, actually, is what a meteor is when it hits our fine planet. You want a shot at beating Steve? All right, you got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're going to play Beat Miggs at 647 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I know if bankruptcy is going to provide me with relief? What are the steps for my situation?
There's so much information out there about bankruptcy with the internet and what people have heard from friends and other people that they've talked to about their financial issues or bankruptcy. There's also a lot of bad information out there or urban legends about bankruptcy. In order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you need to talk to an attorney that's experienced in bankruptcy. So in order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you should talk to an experienced bankruptcy attorney. And my job is not to convince you to file bankruptcy. My job is to help you to make that decision and have all the facts so that you can make an informed decision about whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, what benefits it's going to have for you, and what the downside of filing bankruptcy is.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.